single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day.
Welcome back, guys. You're watching Entrepreneur, and in this video we're going to be going over the weekly recap in news as well as price movements for Bitcoin and all other altcoins in the market, talking about what exactly happened this week. So if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe and also turn on those post notifications as we put up daily cryptocurrency videos every single day, helping you guys stay up to date with market news as well as price movements so you guys don't miss out. All right, so if you guys also are interested, we have a bunch of resources in the description. We have our training program. If you guys want to join in our $1,000 to $1 million challenge, that is in our private trading group, the Entrepreneur Investors Program. We still have our discounted rate of $197. So if you guys want to jump in on that before the rate does go up, make sure to click on that and hop in. So getting into the video, guys, Bitcoin obviously has had a pretty tough week. Over the last 7 days, down about 14%, Ethereum down 13%, XRP down 5%, so not too bad. Bitcoin Cash down 14%, EOS down 15%, Stellar down 23%, Litecoin down 12%. So across the board, we're mostly seeing red everywhere for the past week, which proposes a pretty profitable time to hop in on some swing trades, which we will talk about at the end of this video. So jumping into Bitcoin's price for the last week or so, we obviously saw that jump up from 6,100. We started to see some good movement so when we made that low at about 5,800, pushed up for about a week or so, came back down to 61. And then started really to push up to higher levels, stopping at about 73 to 75, and then pushing up once again to 8,500. Since then, we have started to retrace. I was hoping we would find a bit of support around the 180-day moving average, which unfortunately we did not. Even on the one-day chart, we broke below it. So that does change my overall feeling about this price movement and where we are going. Right now, we're seeing the price hang around 69, 68, 7,000. So we'll have to see what happens there. If we could hold 7,000, that would be great. But in my opinion, we most likely at this point, we will see levels of about 6,800, which was that previous resistance we were looking to break through in this period right here. I'm just going to outline that so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. That period right there when we had that resistance around 6,800. So that's probably where we will fall back to next and start to see some real support unless we hold the level that we're at right now. As you can see, the RSI pretty oversold on the 4 hour. I think it's oversold, not oversold on the 1 day yet. So if you guys want to be incredibly conservative, you could wait until we, say if we test levels of 61 to 6,200 again, possibly that area. I'm not sure if we will. But depending on if we hold 6,800 or not, I think it's very likely if we break through 6,800 that we could see these levels of 61 to 6,500 yet again. So the overall feeling is I feel that we had to have a retracement. I thought it was going to be back to the 180-day moving average. Unfortunately, we did not get that. So at this point, I would look to make a higher low. So continue this uptrend pattern that we are seeing from when we went down to 5,800. And now we are continuing upwards. As you can see, just want to get this line drawn. Seems like it X'd out there for a second. Right there. So, possibly if we can break back down to 6,800, that would keep us along with this upwards momentum that we are starting to see. It's a bummer that we broke through the 180-day moving average, but at this point, we do need to look to the next point, which is probably going to be 6,800 if we continue to fall further. So jumping into some of the news stories from this week, Bitcoin trades at a potentially significant turning point. Thought this was an interesting article, so decided to throw it in here. So Bitcoin price remained in a bearish zone and traded below the 7,550 and 7,400 support levels. However, Bitcoin USD tested a significant support near 7,275, which is likely to act as a crucial turning turning point. If the price starts recovering, it must clear the 7,550 resistance to move back in a positive zone. On the other hand, if the price fails to recover and breaks 7,250 and 7,275, it could decline towards 7,000. So this was from a couple days ago. Clearly, we have broken past that point. And again, we were hoping to see that support kind of be right on that 180-day moving average around the high 7,200s. Unfortunately, we broke through that. So with that turning point, that would have been a good point to see a push back up. Okay, that would have been a good point to see a bounce due to the fact that it was along the 180-day moving average. Since we did not get that, we are now looking towards around anywhere from 6,800 to 7,000 to keep this upwards momentum going. So also, new Gallup poll shows only 2% of U.S. investors own Bitcoin, but 26% are intrigued. Just thought this was an interesting article, guys. If you do want to check it out, the results of a Wells Fargo Gallup poll published July 27th finds that only 2% of U.S. investors own Bitcoin, but 26% are intrigued by it. So just for me, this made me think, if only 2% of investors own it, there's a ton of more potential for this market. I mean, 2%, that's a very small amount. And as time goes on, I think more and more people will really start to get involved in investing in the overall space of cryptocurrency, not just Bitcoin by itself. But I know you guys want to get into the top 4 swing trade coins for the week, so let's jump into that. So number 1, we have Stellar, down about 22% over the last week. As we can see here, 23% over the last week. So down pretty, a pretty good amount. As you can see, after that nice run that it had up. Just want to do some Fibonacci retracement here. Oh, that's not Fibonacci retracement. To show you guys what kind of levels we're currently looking at. And where we could expect some nice support. So right now we're in a pretty good zone to pick some coins up at. I would look to get Stellar anywhere between 21 cents up to really 23.5. So 21 to 23.5 is where I would look to pick Stellar up. And again, that's going to give you some potential to possibly work that back up for 50% plus gain, just to where we were this past week. So moving on into number 2, Icon. This coin proposes one of the strongest swing trades in my opinion. It's currently at 83 cents, guys. So I just want to scroll down and show you. Icon is down 35% over the past week. And I just want to show you guys, Icon overall, I don't know if you guys know, but Icon has not been at 83 cents since, even before the bull run in December, back towards, November time. So this is an incredibly low price. We've been above $12 here, something that we want to get back to eventually after all this, bearish market passes. Hopefully, we start to enter back into a bull market, probably over the next year or so. But at this point, 83 cents, kind of sitting on a support. Not sure how much further it has to go. But overall, over 100% just to back where it was 15 days ago. So definitely proposes an incredible swing trade. Something that I would recommend a lot of you guys to start to look to get into. Oversold on the 4-hour right now, looking to consolidate around 83 most likely. But overall, this is an incredible opportunity for a nice little swing trade. Coming in at number 3, we have Ontology. Now, Ontology, guys, has been down 34% over the past week. So, again, pretty large amount. As we can see, at $2.17. Has not been at this price in a very long time. They actually don't have it on this chart, but that's okay. Just back up to where it was about, not even 2 days ago. This thing 7 days ago, over a 50% gain, you could be looking at to get back up to that point of $3.40. I think what it comes down to, guys, all of these altcoins are going to be incredible opportunities when we really start to enter back into larger movements from Bitcoin and a more stable market overall. I think a lot of what we're seeing right now is caused by the fact that people are uneasy and don't really know what's going to happen with Bitcoin, waiting for this ETF news regarding a possible ETF being introduced into the markets for Bitcoin. So that would have a huge impact, and I think people are waiting to see where this market is going to really stabilize out at. I think 6,000 to 7,000 is really a level that we won't see Bitcoin go below. But altcoins are really taking a hit and continuing to take a hit until we start to see Bitcoin start to make moves toward the upside. But at these price levels, these are incredible opportunities. So coming into number 4, guys, we have Zilliqa. Now, Zilliqa actually has started to stabilize a little bit more than most other coins. And if we look back about 6 months ago, we can start to see some support levels that we could identify. A lot of these coins haven't been at these price levels in a long time, which is why we don't really know where they're going to end up. But Zilliqa, I would say, incredible opportunity. Even when there wasn't really any bullish movement, Zilliqa had a run up in May all the way up to about 22 cents, 25 cents, something like that. So back up to the all-time high, you could be looking at over 200%. But even back up to where we were 15 days ago, you could be looking at about a 50% gain. So definitely not something to pass up. On the 4 hour, it's actually oversold in the 1 day, but on the 4 hour as well, I would look to get in it around there when it's oversold at that point. As this provides very strong short-term swing trades. As you can see here, last time it was oversold in the 4 hour, about 11%. If you guys want to learn how to swing trade and identify when to buy, when to sell, and my complete strategy on trading cryptocurrency to help you guys actually ensure that you make money with these coins, definitely check out our Entrepreneur Investors program, which will be a link in the description. You guys can check that out, as well as our top 27 cryptos. That's a free resource for you guys, and also some other stuff, consulting calls, one-on-one, if you guys are interested in that. Anything you guys want in the description, but those are our top 4 swing trades for this week, as well as the weekly recap.